Erling Haaland is off to Manchester City. It's official. The champions-elect have reportedly met a release clause in his Dortmund contract, which will see the Norwegian star heading to the Etihad Stadium for either 51 or 63 million pounds, depending on which source you believe. What is for certain, though, is that once you include all the agent fees, all the add-ons, all the bonuses, it will cost Man City a hell of a lot more than that 63 million pounds. He's also reportedly signed on for around £400,000 per week on a 5-year contract. So, with all of that in mind, I've taken to Football Manager 2022 to see how he will get on. Hello there, my name is Anderz, and today I've been in the pre-game editor and set Haaland as a future transfer to Manchester City. I've also used the most recent real-life results database from sortitoutsI.net, which I've already done a video about, which you can see in the description down below. So, as you can see, we are starting the game in mid-May with Erling Haaland still at Dortmund. But his move to Manchester City is set in stone and ready to go. If we jump forward a few months, here we can see that we have now moved to the 1st of July and Haaland is with Manchester City and he's ready to take the Premier League by storm. So, what we will do in this video from here on out is simulate forward. We'll first simulate one single season to see how Haaland fares and whether he can help Manchester City continue their Premier League run of titles and maybe even get to a Champions League in the first attempt. And then we'll simulate forward to the end of his initial 5-year contract and we'll have a look at how the 26-year-old Norwegian superstar has performed in the Premier League. We are now one season in with the 2022-23 campaign completed, and we can see that Manchester City have cruised to the Premier League title with a massive haul of 97 points. That is 15 more than their nearest rivals, Liverpool. You can see here that Haaland has led the charge with 20 league goals in his debut season, but it's also interesting to note that other clubs around the league have made some big signings to try and combat his appointment at Manchester City, with Kylian Mbappe joining Erik ten Hag at Manchester United and Robert Lewandowski heading from Bayern Munich to Chelsea. Obviously, this is the only move we put set in stone, so these have been simulated by the game. If they differ for what happens in the real world, if you watch this in a few weeks in the future, then my apologies, but this is where we are today. But anyway, you can see that Haaland has netted 20 goals with a 7.64 average rating, and he's certainly made a positive impact on this City side. And if we look how Man City got on in other competitions, we can see here that Haaland has been unable to snap the trend, to break the streak of not winning the Champions League for Manchester City. And as you can see, they have once again lost in the final to Chelsea for the second time in 3 seasons. Haaland was the top goal scorer with another 9 goals, but that is just a mere consolation prize. If we dig a little deeper into his stats, you can see that he scored 32 goals in all competitions, 9 of those from the penalty spot, with a further 10 assists to his name. Not a bad debut season for the Citizens. What we're going to do from here, though, is going to simulate forward for the next 4 seasons and then do a recap of Haaland's performances on the pitch and see whether he can finally unlock that Champions League victory for Manchester City. Let's find out. We are now at the end of the 2026-27 season. It's the end of Haaland's initial 5-year contract, and as we can see from his profile page, he's already signed an extension which will keep him at the Manchester City club for at least another 4 seasons for even more money per week. If we take a look at his career stats first off, obviously we've already covered that 22-23 season, so the next campaign he netted 23 times in the Premier League with a further 10 across all club competitions, once again getting an average rating of 7.64, and that average rating happened again for the 3rd season in a row with 23 goals in the league once again. That's 7.64 rating, but this time he scored 37 in all competitions. His league form dropped off just a little bit with 14 league goals and an average rating of 7.47, but elsewhere he managed to keep those goals coming in with 31 overall. Finally, in the season just finished, Haaland once again a little bit of a disappointing campaign with just 17 goals in the league, 29 in all competitions, and disappointingly by his massive standards, that is, he got an average rating of just 7.24 in the league. Let's now go to Manchester City and check out how they've done over these 5 seasons as a club. Right, looking at the Premier League history first, we can see that they have won just 3 out of 5 titles in this simulation and never got better than Haaland's first season with the club, that massive 97-point haul. If we look at the table in each of these seasons in a little bit more detail, obviously we've already covered the 22-23 season, that massive 15-point victory over Liverpool. So we'll go forward and see that Liverpool then came on strong in Haaland's second campaign to take the title. The Reds then dropped off quite considerably, with Chelsea and Manchester United being City's nearest challengers in 24-25, and City went back-to-back the following season before a big slump and drop-off in the season that's just finished. They've only managed to finish 3rd. Now, this has coincided with Haaland's big drop-off in form in the league. Obviously, the season before he scored less goals, but his average rating was still up there, if you remember. But this season just finished, it was just a measly 7.24. Now, if without any other silverware, which we're going to look at in a second, just 3 league titles out of 5, it's looking a bit like a disappointment so far, but we'll see. Can they win the Champions League, or rather, have they won the Champions League? Right, let's look at the Champions League, in fact, and we already know that they were runners-up to Chelsea in that first season, and if they finally won the big one, in fact, they have. It looks like they did win the big one. As you can see here, they beat Manchester United in the final in 2024. But I don't mean to laugh, but oh dear, it looks like they've reached 2 more finals and lost both of them as well. So if we look in more detail, City have beat United 3-1 at Wembley to win the Champions League. But then they lost to Liverpool in Rome and then Bayern Munich in Athens. So despite taking the Champions League, I think I'm going to be disappointed to have reached 4 out of 5 finals and only come home with a trophy once. Elsewhere in the domestic cup competition, City lifted just 1 FA Cup in this 5-season span, along with a pair of Carabao Cups to round out a decent, if not spectacular, haul of trophies. But we need to look at managers as well, because Pep left after Haaland's first season with the club, and he was replaced by former Chelsea man Thomas Tuchel, with the German finally being the one to guide the side to the Champions League trophy. Obviously, he's got history. He's won it with Chelsea. I think he probably won it with Chelsea this season, in the first season of this simulation as well. So that might be his 3rd Champions League trophy as a manager. On to personal awards now, and Haaland won the best player in Europe in back-to-back seasons in 2024-25, also collecting the Adidas Golden Shoe in those 2 seasons as well. Now, he did enough in the 2024 year to win the Ballon d'Or. I think he finished runners-up a couple of times as well during this period, and rounded out that season with the FIFA Best Men's Player Award as well. So in the calendar year of 2024, Haaland won the Champions League and then scooped all 4 major individual awards across a single calendar year. There's not much more he could have done. So there we have it. Haaland had a pretty good impact on Manchester City across those 5 seasons. But was it as good as you were expecting? Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on how this 5-season simulation has gone. And also, if you're a Manchester City fan, let me know in the comments down below whether you would trade in a couple of Premier League titles and Pep Guardiola to win the Champions League finally. And anyway, if you've played Football Manager 2022 this season as Manchester City or as any other club, let me know where Haaland's gone. Did he go to City? Did he go elsewhere? How much of an impact did he have on either your side or a side controlled by the AI? Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. Well, hey, you've made it to the end of the video, and hang on, it's a subscribe button. Tap on this. Even if you've done it already, just try it, see what happens. And then if you're hanging around, have a look. Have a look at these. One of these. Check out some of this amazing content. You won't regret it. I'll see you next time.